Eileo guys, and welcome back. So for the next account review today we have BlueBlur97's account, my boys. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright Blue, I've already went ahead and checked out your account. There is nothing I saw gem wise that made me question your motives in the game, so that's good to know. Everything seems like it's gemmed properly, or gemmed at least in a usable fashion. There wasn't like a Dark Gatito with triple recovery or a Dark Cupid on triple attack or anything like that. So it looks like you have a good understanding of your gems. So I'm not going to concentrate too much on that at all because there's no point in concentrating on that. But you did ask what you should work on or what you should do next as you continue your MSO career. And at 43, I mean, you're pretty much at the mid game right now. So let's go ahead and see if we can help you out with a couple of things. And by we, I mean, of course it's me, but if anyone watching has any input, feel free to leave a comment below. But let's see what Golem teams you're working with. You can clear out Tower of Chouse. Great. That's great, man. Let's take a look at your B10 team if you have one at all. So that looks like that was your B9 team. You could use Knuckles in there, but the problem with Knuckles is that his attack resets every single wave, so Persevere isn't really optimal in B9, but you could definitely use him. If you don't, what does Raditz have? You could actually throw Raditz in there. You could throw Shadow in there. You could literally throw anyone in there. I don't know how fast Knuckles' animation is because I never used him, but I mean, you have Draka in there. You shouldn't even need Snowy for heals. I mean, you could probably run another DPS no problem. So if you want to drop in Raditz, you can drop in Shadow. You have any other mons? Valrona, You could drop in another Fire Draka, even though that one might be only Evo 1. You can drop in whatever you want for B9. And I mean, Draka alone, and then you have a Wild Thing to back it up for safety, is good to go. So I mean, this team works out for you. Feel free to maybe try something else, but that's a perfectly fine B9 team. And I clicked B10, but we'll save B10 for last. So your B9 team is great. I don't have any problems with that. Change it up if you want from my suggestions, but perfectly fine. So for your B8 team, let's see what we're rocking here. So you can definitely throw in Mona. You can throw in Valk. Sonic is usable there as well. I haven't really used Sonic though, even though I own him. You could also bring Fire Draka in here as well and see if he survives. If he survives, great. If he doesn't, there's always plenty of other choices. Once again, you could maybe slide in Shadow. Let's see what else you are working with over here. That looks like that's pretty much it in terms of what we could slide in for you right now. But you need to let me know what your B8 time is. It should be a minute or less, or at least around a minute. Always aim to get it below a minute if possible. But with this team, you should be good to go because I don't obviously know what you run on B8. So maybe a team like this, if you feel like Sonic's slowing you down, Valk should not slow you down. But if you feel like Sonic maybe is slowing you down, throw in another Mona. Dark Mona is available, so if you can pull a Dark Mona, you can always slide her in here as well. She's another great wave clearer. But again, if Draka can survive, especially with Shadow being here, then this should be perfectly fine. As long as your gems are good, people are booked up, they're one-shotting the waves, your B8 time should be a minute or less. So your B8 team is done, my dude. It is 100% done. Alright, for B7, and again, I'm just going through this just to make sure that we have all your teams, because you can take some of these and take them over to dragons, which I can already see that you do dragons, so you already have a good concept of what you can do for dragons. But for B7, Shiva, Valrona does not work there. She does not. I would say Leo, but again, he's more debuffing. If you had maybe like a Dark Mona, that would be great. Draka, if Draka can survive, I got confused with the water ones for B7, the fire ones for B8. So he should be fine in B8. But if he can survive this, bring him in there. I'm sure he can. I never tried it, but it doesn't hurt to try that. Shiva, no doubt. I would probably say Shadow since you have him. Nice SP battery. You could run your Hohenheim as well. Resistance down isn't really going to make a big difference for what you have with your mons currently, but I mean that's pretty much what you have in terms of DPS. You don't really have any hard-hitting wood mons. You do have Mowgli as well. Mowgli can work. She can definitely work if you get her up there. No Evo 3 wood anew. I don't see. What about Rudolph? Do you have any Rudolphs? Nope, no Rudolphs as well. You just have a Miho. Banshee works here. Wood Rudolph, wood anew. They're not really worth the gleams though. Tails could work, but he has what? He's just defense down and exposed weakness, so he's more of a debuffer. But right now, this is probably the best I can pick out for you with the mons that you have. You, in the future, if possible, try and invest into some more wood mons. It's just a matter of pulling them. Rudolph was a decent one to have. I mean, she's not in game, but at least in the future, maybe get a wood anew if possible as you continue playing. And then let's go over here to B10. So for B10, you do have Draka, which is great. Helps out a lot. You do have Draka, so Draka should be a wave clear. Can we see Draka's gems from here? Broken set. Not max crit, but crit rate attack. 8k attack. That's okay. It could be better, but that's okay. But this is why you're here. So you can still run Draka in. I'm not sure if he's gonna one-shot the waves or not, but definitely bring him in there as a wave clearer. Hohenheim is great for her resistance down on the Golem. I've been using her and I absolutely love using her because she's actually pretty great. Let's see what else you have. You do have Water Miho, but do you have any better sappers than Water Miho? Because a lot of people don't like Water Miho. I think Water Miho is okay. I think she works until you get something better. I don't really see no Fire Purse, no Water Artemis either. Probably no Dark Flora. It's a bit rough, my boy. It is a bit rough here. Not really much to choose from, but Draka as a wave clearer. If your Draka can clear out the waves in hopefully a turn. Really focus on getting your Draka's gems up there if it cannot. But you want it to at least be a turn. Actually, a turn maximum. With clearing out the waves after it gets the startup done. Hohenheim's there to resist down the boss. So Miho and her saps can also stick. If Draka doesn't die, then I would say throw in another sapper. You can throw in another Water Miho. You can throw in anyone else that you have that can sap. Even if you want to do Water Yuki. But we'll take a look at your mom box. But for a team like this, you should be able to do B10 no problem. If you want to go safe, then go ahead and slide in Water Purse here. And that should be okay. But she's not going to really help if they're clearing out waves because she's just there to heal. If he needs help clearing out waves though, whatever hard-hitting mon that you do have Mona, you have Valk, you have Wild Fang. Do you have anyone with Hunter? What's Dark Sura have? You do have Dark Sura, but the problem is that he's Gatito, so he's not going to work there. You could even slide in Shadow as a wave clearer. If Draka can't do it by itself, but you want it to do it by itself, even Dark Rudolph. Any of these mons will work. But you don't have to use them. It's just suggestions for your B10 team. But you shouldn't have much of a problem clearing them as long as your gems are pristine. And then I did forget to mention, for the mons that we picked out, you already have a good idea of dragons, so I'm not going to really go too much into that because you already have dragon gems, which shows you have a good understanding of it. But dragons the same. I have a video up on the channel already for dragons, and the teams that you're using, at least if you copy what you did for B9 and the other dragons, but bring a healer in the event that you need it, you're good to go. You are good to go. And you can cover Tower of Chaos as well. That's great. But we need to get your B10 good to go before B10 gets nerfed or B10 becomes irrelevant. But at the time of this video, it's not irrelevant. And let's go over here to your mom box and check out what you have to work with. And then I'll give you just an idea of what I would say, in my opinion, that you should work for. I don't know why I'm clicking on your tree. It's just a bad habit. You're about to get your light Arthur soon, not fire Arthur. But let's see what you have in your box here. We gotta do it by elements because I like elements. Makes it nice and pretty. Not that many. Not much to work with here. You do have a Sarah, but she looks like she might be Evo 2 or Evo 1 even. Another Dark Sura. You do have a baby shark if you're interested in Titans. So nothing hidden over there. But for future content, especially if you want to get into Colossus, good idea with your Dark Mowgli. It's nice that you have her built up. Your Dark Sura is nice that you have him built up as well. Obviously, he needs to be max crit. Max crit, or in my opinion, he's just not usable because if he doesn't crit on his Hunter, which is his 5-star skill, complete waste of time. In terms of other nukers, Dark Rudolph can nuke. Not optimally nuke, but she can nuke. Shadow's just there for SP battery, basically. Not Mowgli. Bulby is decent for applying exposed weakness, especially in Colossus, but not really a nuker. So you pretty much have Sura, Mowgli, Rudolph, and you also have the other Sura, which is perfectly fine because Sura is essentially freaking Dark Gatito. He has HP Siphon. I know that Dark Gatito has morale boost, but he has HP Siphon and Hunter. They're both single target. Basically the same thing. Basically the same thing. So 4 nukers. That's alright. That's alright. Hopefully you can pick up some more. But 4 nukers, especially if they're spread out on 2 teams, should serve you well, especially if especially if you have a Mon that can do like defense down or apply exposed weakness like your Dark Bulby for Colossus in the future. But I wouldn't focus on that too much right now. But I would say if you're interested in using her as a nuker, definitely get her to 60. Get Bulby to 60 in the future as well. Not sure if you're going for a Dark Harley or not, but you can definitely use her in a more PvP situation. Looks like you might be working on a Wood Anu in the future. He would be great to have. I would say get your Mowgli up there as well. To level 60, that is. Definitely see if you can get Wood Anu in the future. Is he worth the gleams? No, but it's something you can work towards while you're farming stuff out. You're probably saving Arthurs for Light Arthur, which is perfectly fine. Not that many water mons either, dude. And then the fire. If you want to use Fire Radis in B9 or somewhere in Dragons, feel free to get him to 60. It's not really a requirement, but there honestly isn't a whole bunch of mons for me to pick on and tell you what to work on because you pretty much hit the ones that are already at this point. A big suggestion for you is, obviously, it's easier said than done, but definitely see if you can get some more Astro Gems to do some more pulls because your Mon pull box, well, your Mon box in general, is just very, very limited because there's just not that many Mons to choose from. And I don't mean Nat 5s, I mean Nat 4s as well. Like, I don't see a Fire Eileo here, which is also a great nuker. It's nice that you have Fire Wildfang, but Fire Leo is another great nuker. Succubus works. She's not my favorite, but she works. Water Mons. Maybe a Water Loki. Basically, any Mons that have Hunter on them, I would highly suggest for you in the future to raise. Your Wood ones. Your Wood's okay. Your Wood's okay. I think a Wood Anu would be perfect for you, though, in terms of content based on different elements of clearing out stuff, especially with his crit lead. I don't think I saw a Fire Cupid. No. Not Evo 3 Fire Cupid. You do have a Fire Loki if you want to use Fire Loki inside B10. So Fire Loki, Water Miho, Fire Draka, and you can run Hohenheim and see how well they do. That shouldn't be much of a problem. You could do HP attack for Loki. No problem with that at all. But for my suggestions for you, Blue, I would say, number one, make sure your B18 is at least at a minute, if not less. I would prefer it to at least be a minute though, minimum for farming times. That way you can get a bunch of gold when you need it, because you will need it. Your B9 team looks perfectly fine. If you want to change it, feel free to change it. Not sure what you're running with B7, but you kind of hitting a bottleneck there with your B7 squad, because you need at least one more wave clear in my opinion, even if it's Wood Anu, or Wood Rudolph would have been a great choice as well. But I mean, she'll definitely come back. Grab bag is on the way as well. There wasn't really many Titans mons that I could see, if any at all, so Titans isn't really something I would focus on for you at the moment. I would just say focus more on your Golem teams and getting better gems for your mons, and then focus on running B8, and then of course either filling out your Astro Guide with the money that you get, or taking that money and sliming with it and trying to pull more and more for Heroes Festival or Clans Festival. I personally prefer Heroes Festival, but I did end up getting a Dark Ender from Clans Festival, so it's really up to you what you want to invest in. But I would say Heroes Festival at this point would be a good idea for you if you want to expand your mon box. See if you end up pulling some Sea Strikers for Titans if you're interested in that. In terms of PvP, of course, you just need better gems. I mean, that's pretty much it for that. And in terms of Colossus, I do have Colossus guides up already, and there's other choices and guides up on the internet, especially on the lovely YouTube and Reddit. But at the very minimum, long as you get your Dark Nukers up, I don't see you having much of a problem with Light Colossus. And then let me check over here real quick with the Wood one. I didn't really see any Sea Strikers over there as well, but at least having a mon with Hunter would speed that up for you a little bit. So Wood would be doable as well. It would just be very cringy in terms of length. There's also, I believe there's also a trick for maybe Water Colossus with Fire Draka, but I honestly don't do Water Colossus. But overall, your account's in good standing. I can't really give you too much PvP advice because I'm nothing more than a filthy casual. But let's slide over here real quick, and then we'll go ahead and end the video. So you are in the Diamond tier, and you're running Water Valk, Leo, Sonic, Nike, Shadow. So you're using what you got. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. It's just a matter of getting nat 5s, really. It's really just a matter of getting nat 5s at this point in time. But remember, this is just advice. I'm not a PvP expert. I'm not a PvP expert at all. Mowgli, Wildfang. Okay, yeah. I don't have much complaints here. I mean, it looks okay. It looks okay. You're level 43. It's not the end of the world. You might be saying, well, Eileo, I don't have a lot of nat 5s or I don't have a lot of nat 4s built. It's not the end of the world. It takes time. You are well on your way. Focus on golems first. Raise at least some of the mons that I suggested, unless you end up pulling some more. And then hopefully we can get you on the train to getting some more nat 5s. Or really, honestly speaking, getting some more nat 4s that have Hunter on them, because they're great wave clearers and will assist you not only in dragons but for more golems farming, and in some scenarios Colossus. But again, Sea Strikers would definitely help you with Wood Colossus as well. But that's pretty much it for this video. Like I said before, you are on a good route. Just get your golem times down. Make sure that you're able to do B10. You'll have your Light Arthur soon, so maybe you can have a little bit more fun in PvP. And then after that, it's just a matter of you raising some more nat 4s and nat 5s to extend your options for your box, because it's very limited right now, but it won't always be very limited. But anyways, my boys, that's pretty much it for this review. If you guys want a review done, you have to join the Discord and either DM me or hit up one of the guys in there, and I will get to you when I can. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Oh yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.